Hi, hello, and welcome to our match review of England 2, Germany 0. Let's get into it. All right, hello, and welcome to the channel. Today's episode, me and Jack will be going through the amazing result of England 2, Germany 0, where it's basically the first time we've beaten Germany in an international competition in 55 years. Absolutely immense. As always, if you're new to the channel, remember to smash the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up, because believe it or not, it really does help the channel out when you hit that thumbs up button. So thank you very much for doing so. So you'll probably notice it's 24 hours ago, but it's a very good reason for that. And that's because we wanted to give a balanced opinion, didn't we, Jack?
Yeah, sure. That is the one and only reason.
Balanced and sober opinion on the epic result. Did you have a good night, Jack?
Yes. Maybe a bit too much fun, bit too many shandies too. But you got a good TikTok out of it,
I did. Thank you so much for that. In fact, if anyone wants to see our reactions to the games yesterday, best thing to do is go and check us out on the TikTok channel, where I uploaded a few clips of me screaming at my television and Jack on his way back from the pub. So
what I'll say is that I feel like our celebrations in a pub full of people who are very drunk were probably more tame than your celebrations. So like if I were your children in the room, I would have been scared. I'd be like, oh my god, this is what he is it?
Do you know what? Do you know what that was though? That was, I mean, my earliest memory of football goes back to Italia '90. So my first bit of football heartbreak was England versus West Germany, as it was at the time, in that semi-final, with Gaza crying and us losing on a penalty shootout, and the penalty that's still going up into space. So yeah, that was my earliest memory. So it's a long time, as you know. I'm sure for you, yours was probably '96, wasn't it?
Yeah, '96 is kind of the first one I'm sort of vaguely aware of. I remember the shirts. I remember people wearing it. I remember
the dentist chair.
I remember, I remember that. But I would say probably 2002, 2004. The ones that I really remember. 4 was the first time I cried at football for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That was hard to take. And then luckily Southampton would make it even worse for me that year as well. So it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about that.
Do you know, I feel that us as Southampton fans are more trained than anybody for the level of disappointment that could be upon us. Do you know what I mean?
There's so much in the punditry. There's so much big sexisms out there. So when I'm watching it and they're like, why are they, this is so playing so defensive, the passing the ball around. It's like, yeah, it's boring when they pass back, isn't it? But necessary.
I did exactly that. I did show the TV jokingly. I went, play it forward.
Yeah. There was when I'm watching, I know this will sound ridiculous, but there's a lot of time when I watch England play, I'm like, this is like watching Southampton play. I'm frustrated. I know that we could probably be doing more, but I understand why we're not. But it reminds me so much of it. And this, this is really all we've got. This is the closest, for the foreseeable. It's something that we all win, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And I always kind of knew as a kid that it was probably more likely that England would win something than Southampton. So I always got behind it.
Wow, we won the Johnson Paint Trophy.
No, we'll never win that. Then none of those boys in that team will win that. So
yeah, but we've won that since '66, haven't we?
Exactly.
And then we won an FA Cup as well since '66.
It's all happened. So. I mean, if we're going per trophy,
if we're comparing,
Southampton are more, they have more standing than England do in the trophy cabinet. You're not wrong. Fair play to you there.
So there we go. But let's have a look back as the game progressed. I mean, I don't think anyone could really argue with the team sheet selection.
I think everybody did and did argue with it.
I could understand it. I could understand why we were setting up the way we were. And I think in regards to looking at the way Germany were set up, I mean, I don't know about you, but looking at their back three, because they were playing with wing backs also, they just looked massive compared to us, didn't they? It was almost like it's almost like a YouTube bout, where they have like a massive guy and little guy fighting off against each other because they've had spouts on the internet. But it looked like a definite mismatch in terms of the size. But I thought Germany they looked decent, and I wasn't expecting anything less. I think people were kind of thinking this is the best time to play Germany, but France struggled to beat them, and they only won with an own goal. And this is a side that put 4 past Portugal, so it was always going to be tough.
That group of death literally is the group of death.
Yeah, because no one got through past the round of 16,
which is great. But yeah, you're right. When you saw them play, I thought the Germans did play well, although they didn't. It's nice to say that again there was not really there was a there were scary moments, but there was no, apart from the Muller miss, there was never a point where I was like, oh my god, this is going in. Only that shot straight down the middle. Was it Muller that just smashed it straight down the wall? It might have been Havertz that smashed it straight. It was that great Pickford save.
Great Pickford save.
Great Pickford save. Although it was straight down the middle. But that's neither here nor there.
No, I've got to give credit to Jordan Pickford. We give him a lot of stick, T-Rex.
No, I think he's been great.
He has been easily
I think
the
Pickford
best.
has been one of the standouts for me so far. He's so dominant in the box. He's so commanding. He's really giving it to the players, and they're giving it back to him. I think there's a real understanding and respect along the back line. What I was worried about with that many players at the back is that it might get, really crowded in the box, and if the communication isn't spot on there, people are going to stray out of position. People are going to leave gaps and leave spaces, which in the opening 5 minutes they were doing. I feel it took us 5-10 minutes into the game, especially in the back, and they were just opening gaps a little bit. They're not crosses in a little bit easy, but we soon sort of like tied that together. So those were my opening worries. Were with this amount of defensive players on the pitch, are they all going to be in their right position, or is there just going to be a bit of confusion to where everybody needs to be? And they sorted it right out.
Yeah,
it was just too heavy going back. There was just a massive gap in midfield, and I felt so sorry for the 3 attackers, because every time they got the ball, then looked around, they were like, right, there's no one left, because I'm playing in midfield and I'm playing attack, and I'm it just didn't suit it. So when Grealish came on, I was
that's what made a difference. I mean, for me, I think there were some nervy moments. I mean, the particular one was when both our holding midfield players were on yellow cards, and I was thinking, that's not a great situation to be in. Both of them had great games, especially Calvin Phillips. I mean, he's looked phenomenal. But you're absolutely right. The second that Jack Grealish came onto the pitch, it just changed, and he was involved in both those goals. And I'm going to give massive credit also to Raheem Sterling, because that first movement to set up our opening goal all started from him blasting past 4 players.
Absolutely.
It's just great link-up play.
I'm sure most of us gave his put in his position the team a lot of stick, and we were all of that opinion of like, right, it's time for him to prove it. And boy, howdy has Raheem Sterling proved his point. Like he's been wicked this tournament. And you're right, Grealish coming on. I got so aggravated in the first half because we just didn't see Kane. Again, there was another non-performance from Kane in the first half. But if he doesn't have a player behind him, so he can drop back and pick up the ball when there's somebody moving forward, he's playing 2 positions. He's playing 9 and 10, and he can't do that all the time. Like even at Spurs, when he has someone dropping behind him, he has Son. So I was so aggravated that there was no one there. But as soon as Grealish was on the pitch, Grealish and Shaw, I thought Luke Shaw was fantastic. The runs he made up the pitch, obviously he got the assist for the first goal. I thought when he gets on the pitch, him and Grealish work a charm, and they did the previous game. I really think Luke Shaw looks wicked. And again, amazed, to see Shaw, Trippier, Walker all on the same pitch. But great stuff.
Yeah.
But I do think, honestly, the one thing that would make this team better is James Ward-Prowse.
Really?
I honestly look at Rice's position, and I look at our set pieces and how we're not scoring from these set pieces. They're not really being delivered that well at all. And now that Grealish is definitely be playing, we're going to be winning more. And look at some of the positions we were in. There was a point where there was one of the, I think it was the second free kick that Trippier took. And I heard the commentator go, it's too far out for Trippier. And I went, but it's not for Ward-Prowse. Not for Ward-Prowse. And there's been a few, even in the previous game, there's that free kick we got on the edge of the box. It just hit the wall. Like, there's a few times where like, we would be a few goals ahead now if Ward-Prowse was here.
Yeah.
And he plays that and he played that midfield position great. If you had like Rice sat in number 6, Ward-Prowse ahead of him, and then eventually you'd have Greece in front of you. You'd almost have this huge skewer down the middle of the pitch that would just be relentless.
Yeah.
Imagine you had Kane, Grealish, Ward-Prowse, and Declan Rice or Phillips. That would be that's a great line.
Yeah. I mean, that's effectively where it would be sort of taking a position of either Calvin Phillips or Declan Rice. But it's
and his hold up plays. As soon as he gets the ball, we hold it up, and Kane and Sterling and Saka all have room to push forward, which is what we've been missing. We get that ball to that position where there's no player that plays that Ward-Prowse roles, and it's usually Kane, and he hasn't got the time where he doesn't have. People aren't in position enough to move forward. So I think that's a huge gaping hole in the England team, and I can't help but feel our man would have filled it amazingly well.
Yeah. No, that's a good shout. So we progress on. I mean, seeing those scenes at Wembley as well. I mean, part of me was thinking, perhaps I should have blown that $6,000 and just got one of those hospitality sits and sat next to Ed Sheeran and David Beckham or something like that. But
Ed Sheeran, I just thought Paul Scholes had a facelift.
But my goodness, for those lucky ones, those lucky 45,000, wasn't it?
45,000, and they were mighty loud. I'm kind of amazed by the amount of YouTubers that see at these games, especially ones that the week previous, like, I need to get a ticket for this game. Like, how are you getting tickets for this? Fop Mob, hit us up. Come on.
Yeah, let us know.
Raid Shallow Legend, whatever, come see us.
But what an experience. I mean, to think about that, man, I can't even put into words what those fans must have experienced. I mean, certainly from the 75th minute onwards, it must have been absolutely epic. So so the momentum going forwards, and of course now we progress on to go on to Rome for a quarterfinal appearance against the Ukraine. Did you see the Sweden-Ukraine game last night? No,
mate.
No.
I was lucky to be seeing my hands. I think I saw the first goal in the pub, and then I left and started the long voyage home. I can tell you right now, I don't think I've ever slept better than I did last night. It was blurry after the game. So no, but out of the two, I think I'd rather the Ukraine personally.
Yeah, I think we probably got. I mean, I think both sides will cause their problems, but if you looked on the stats wise, you probably favour a result against Ukraine. I mean, they have some decent players in there, Zinchenko of Man City, but it was a bit of a scrappy game at Hampden Park. So we would be hopeful that we can maybe at least get a point on Saturday.
Well, I think it's now we all, I'm sure all of us sort of looked at that team on yesterday and thought, so defensive. Is Gareth doing the right thing? And we've got all these attacking players. But I think he's kind of proved his point now. Like, you play defensively, and then you take your chances, and you do. And, I think none of us, those of us who have never had Jose Mourinho as a manager, don't really fully understand, how patient you have to be. So I think if you go out with that, if Germany can't break down that defense, no offense to Ukraine, I just don't think they will if they play to the level that they've been playing at. Like, we've not conceded a goal in 4 games in
longer than that.
I mean, 4 games here, but you're right. It's crazy. I think we're is it 5 wins in 6, or it just looks good for us right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The clean sheet though is making all the difference. I mean, you imagine how much easier it would have been, or how much less entertaining Monday night would have been. I mean, those 2 games with Spain and Croatia and France and Switzerland. Man, if you don't like football after those two fixtures, it's not your sport. It's just not. Go find something else to enjoy, because it's not for you. But that was just epic. Absolutely loved that night. But it just goes to show, that philosophy, as boring as it may be, is just keeping it tight at the back and not conceding, and you can progress through with just 1 and 2 nil results, and
that's fine. I mean, that we're finally seeing professional performances from an England squad. You know, it's not just butched together. Let's hope it works. You look at it and you think, yeah, you can see the squad there. They're playing this way. They know what they're doing. The only things, the only letdowns in the side have been stray passes like that. That's the Sterling stray pass, and then like Walker's hit a few that have gone sort of skew with. And so once you get that out of the game, it's gonna it's just be relentless. And now that Kane's got his goal, you'd hope that he's gonna start scoring more. As much as you want to say, yeah, you have this, you just stick with believing Gareth. Gareth has to believe in Jack Grealish. Like he has to start him. I know it's great having an impact later on in the game, and yeah, obviously it worked, but I can't help but feel that will work earlier in the game.
Yeah,
and in later on the game, we still need it. We can still bring on Mason Mount and bring on people that can lighten up the game in a different way. I just want to. I would rather be comfortable a bit earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I can see Saka was having a decent game as well, but it was just we needed that little bit of difference to mix it up and to create the difference really that made all the difference in terms of like the creation of play, the quick footedness, the link up play with the wing backs as well. It just was a bit more together rather than we've got the ball up front and Sterling sort of looking around to where to pass it next. So it just felt a lot more fluid with Grealish on the pitch. There was also one picture which I absolutely love so much that I've stuck it on here. And look at this.
It's great, isn't it? That's what you want.
Absolutely epic. So this is Raheem Sterling's son. Just imagine what emotions must have been going through that boy's head at 75th minute when his dad sticks it in the goal and 45,000 fans just erupt.
Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine
Bottle that.
Dad. That would be. That's something, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he wasn't already dead cert of becoming a footballer anyway, like this is that, to be like that.
Well, he's got a shirt, so he's ready, doesn't he?
On the pitch. He's not a defender though, so Gareth won't play. He looks too. Yeah, I don't think.
Can he wait?
Like his dad.
Can he play left back? But no, absolutely amazing. Of course, Sterling nearly went from hero to zero with that pass back. We're laying up with the Muller chance as well. But again, fantastic scenes.
He's not known for his one-on-ones, is he, Muller? Known for his corners.
No. Oh, that's good.
You're welcome. You can take that.
Until you have children of your own, you do not have the license to say those kind of jokes. All right.
That's why I'm giving it to you, pal.
I'm making a note. I'm going to write that down. That's wonderful. Probably it's not going to come around for another 2 years, is it, Thomas Muller?
Never know. You might do well in the Champions League or something. But absolutely.
That's true.
But here's the thing: you can use it for anything. Doesn't matter what he does. You see him on an advert. He's not known for his advert. Probably the best joke I've ever. I'm happy to say I did make that joke up during a FIFA game. So it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. That and HP and the reggae sauce. Oh,
that's you as well, is it?
It is me. So it was my only consent in joining the band is we have to call it HP and the reggae sauce. Available for bookings now.
Yeah, you're playing Market Square soon, aren't you?
We are 23rd of July. Everybody's in Salisbury. Come on down for a party in the sunshine. If not for us, for the DeLoreans. If you've not seen DeLoreans, they're great.
Yeah, I'm going to come down for that. I'm going to take my camera down. Anyway, get some nice pictures of everyone. Welcome to everyone in the chat section, by the way. Sorry, I just think there's a few things here. Dexter Venom saying we really need someone like Pickford.
Or we need Alexander McCarthy to sign a new contract. Which he's done.
I didn't expect you to hear you say that. You McCarthy in now? No,
I mean McCarthy's already signed a new contract. I'm not stoked about that.
Oh, okay.
I want the new goalkeeper, please. I want to sign Martinez from Villa if that's somehow possible.
AFC beat James Reed's Ukraine versus English Dream. Don't know. They're always a bit dangerous when I do those kind of streams, and it's maybe not for internationals. We shall see. We shall see. David Becker. So guys, you're on the Rome on Saturday. Oh. Another great joke there. Fantastic.
But yes, we are. But we will both be there in Rome. You wait for us. We'll be in the gantry box.
Well, that's a weird thing. I mean, the saying that they're going to make tickets available for perhaps expats who are already out there in Europe, but of course, in terms of the quarantine period, it's not an option to have England fans from the UK go out there, which is a bit of a shame, really. But
What will the rules be when it goes to, if it goes to 60,000 in the semis and stuff? Will we be able to apply for tickets, or is that already given out?
I'm going to have a look. I'll tell you that much. Even though it's a school night, I'll have a look.
I don't think it matters, does it? School nights,
No.
that doesn't matter when it comes to this. It's
Yeah.
This is for Queen and Country. This is when we all become tribal, and some of the headlines I've seen the last few days. People are angry at us. People don't like it when we win, and then
Really? Who's angry?
I think everyone. Everyone's angry at us. I think the big thing I've seen today is the little German girl crying in the crowd at the end of the game.
Yeah, that was.
Listen, I agree. You shouldn't make fun of a little girl. I did laugh in the pub purely because I was like, that was me, like 2004. Yeah. I know how that feels. Unlucky.
Well,
football comes around. Football comes around. That's the thing about it. It's like you're laughing at that now, but it's going to be us soon. So don't worry about it.
How many World Cups has Germany won? Loads.
Exactly.
How many Europeans? Loads. So
it's not about the individual. It's about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I get people don't like tribalism, but this is when you're meant to embrace it.
Yeah. And they won the Euros that we were supposed to win in '96 as well, because that was
exactly
on our home patch. It was all written in the stars, and they were like, nope.
It's also everybody. The people who are angry are non-football fans. That's the way to say it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Most comments I've read.
I see what you mean. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just non-football fans not understanding why we're happy or why we're celebrating or why we do the things we do. I get it. In PC times, football hooliganism is not looked at very well. But those people don't know how much fun it is.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But are you talking about the fact that the fans are allowed in stadiums, but parents aren't allowed to go to sports day? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I understand that. That does suck. But we're allowed, so we're taking it. I'm sorry, sorry.
Plus, as a parent, I don't have to train for that dad's race, which is the most dangerous race you will ever run in your life, because literally it's just 10 blokes hurtling, like in danger of like getting their Achilles pulled instantly and hamstring injuries. But yeah, came third last year.
The magic sponge comes out every time.
Yeah, it does.
Get it on me, gaffer. Rolling subs, yeah, I'll come back on in 20.
I'm not ashamed to admit that I actually trained for that event, because it gets serious. I saw one guy with spikes on. I'm not even joking. He wore spikes on the dad's race.
Good man.
It's like, seriously.
Good man.
So I'm going to have to wear them next time. Anyway. Richie Cat's coming in with a great question. Man of the match for yesterday. I've got mine. I'm going to go Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong there. Raheem was fantastic.
I mean, you could look at Jack Grealish making all the difference in coming on, but in terms of the overall performance and for making a difference in the first goal, then yeah,
absolutely.
It's Sterling.
Sterling's our man. Sterling's our man. He must be. Is he on track for Golden Boot? 3 goals?
Yeah, I guess so.
Must be right. I think anybody else who scored more probably out. Yeah.
Ronaldo's out. Forsberg's out. He's scoring a lot of goals for Sweden. Of course, the Danes, they scored 4-0 in 2 consecutive games, so they've got a lot of goals in. I'm not sure if it was all from one particular player, but
so what we got? It's so Raheem is on 3, Mate from Switzerland's on 3, Lewandowski's on 3, Forsberg's got 4, Benzema's out with 4, Sheik's still got 4, and Ronaldo was on 5. So yeah, killing it.
Ronaldo's on 5.
Ronaldo was on 5, and now he's.
Wow. So he's leading it, is he?
He was. Now he's gone.
Well, he could still win it, couldn't he? Could still win it, and he went out in the round of 16. Rich Cass agreed. Everything we did going forward was through him. Yep. Mm-hmm. Evening, Tom. Evening, Tom. See you. Phillips had a good game. He was everywhere. Phillips under the radar. Unbelievable. I mean, it doesn't pay me to say this, but he's been phenomenal the entire tournament, and I think he started every single game, and rightly so. So, if that's the reason why Prowse wasn't on the bus, then fair play.
But imagine if you have Phillips and then Prowse just in front of him, allowing Sterling to be able to move forward a bit more and not have to be the only thing in like that holding up the midfield. If he just had a back and forth for that, he would have been amazing. Like they need that. They need that position.
Yeah,
Prowse.
I don't understand why Jordan Henderson went instead of Prowse. That's
That's exactly when Henderson comes on, you're like, okay, you're sure at the defense, that's fine, but surely if you started with a Prowse and then you brought on a Rice, better.
But also Henderson's been playing centre back for Liverpool this season, hasn't he?
When he's been there, he's been injury free.
So that might be the reason why he's been favoured.
But Ward-Prowse has played left back. Ward-Prowse play right back and put Zaha in his pocket. So
we've got plenty of right backs, haven't we?
Yeah, but apparently we can do a few more.
Very true. Very true.
I would also say his shooting was terrible, but I thought Maguire had a pretty good game. I thought his drive and runs were good. His aerial duels, he always wins his aerial duels. I think the annoying thing is that quite clearly he can win any header, but he just doesn't have power accuracy on those headed shots unless they're right. If he's anywhere outside the 6-yard box, it's not going in.
Yeah. He's a clumsy. He's still a bit clumsy though. That free kick he gave away literally seconds after we scored.
Yeah, that was great. But although I look back at that one, like we didn't draw the foul. He was somewhat looking for it. But then those free kicks haven't done much anyway, have they?
No.
They're two free kicks and relatively like amazing parts of the pitch. And that first on the roll back play out, it's like you can shoot from there. Like, come on. Even I could probably have a go wicking it in the corner there. Like, even if I just put my foot under it and flicked in, I could probably get it in from there. Let's try this.
Absolutely. No, I'm trying to think if someone didn't have a particularly good game last night, and I don't think I can pull out a single player really.
No, everybody played relatively well to what happens. When you look back at it, you can probably look at the first half and think, was everybody as tight as they can be? But when you win the game with another clean sheet, everybody did their job. Okay, you might have blocked out a bit with Muller shot, but
what can you do indeed? What can you do? Tom's got a question here about season tickets. We ought to do another Southampton specific one. We'll do one soon, don't worry. There's something else coming up as well, which we will talk about. Actually, we'll talk about it live in a minute, actually. That'd be fine. Quick question. When you pay the balance on your season ticket, I assume the card upload option physical season ticket. I would guess so, Tom. Yeah. I don't think we haven't had, of course, we didn't get a physical ticket last season, but in terms of the noises that have been made from the club over the last few days, not sure if you received an email that basically said you can now pay the balance of your season ticket by the 19th of July, or you can spread the payments over 3 separate payments if that works better for you. So there's plenty of options.
Let me say, if you're doing that and you've got your credit, you have to give them a call and do it. You can't do that via the website. Okay. If you're using your credit and you need to use the payment plan, you have to give them a call, which is a bit of a pain, but still getting it.
Yeah, the computer system's a little bit better though.
A part of me kind of thought, well, what if I just paid for my season ticket without using the balance and I use all that balance to buy every bit of Hummel merch? Did cross my mind.
Maybe. Is that on the same site though? Can you do that? Because it's on the ticket site though, isn't it? I don't know. We should talk about those sort of things off air. Really, it's not really. It's something the dead air was. We're going. Can you? I don't know.
But it's quite slow note. How nice are those goalkeeper kits?
I don't like them.
I like it. It kind of reminds me of the old the blue Draper Tools one. The squiggly lines.
Yeah. In terms of the specific colours, though, I'm not sure there's one I particularly wear, but they yeah, maybe. But it reminds me of the little sweets you get, the fruit salad sweets. Those ones. I
love a fruit salad, me. So that's probably why I like it. That's probably why I like it.
Maybe I do like them after all. But there we go. Hopefully that answers your question, Tom, on this England-Germany stream that we're doing. Benjamin Axton is going. I had to change my pants after watching the Muller miss. My goodness, I think all of us. I thought it was in. Did you think it was in?
The best thing I've seen the past few days over the past day is the German fan zone during
It's all
that.
right. Yeah.
Because they, when that,
They thought it was in.
Angle, they thought it was in because one guy goes away like, yeah, and then just suddenly.
Yeah, I saw at least 2 or 3 pints flying in the air. I was thinking like, but I thought that was in. My goodness. Oh,
Yeah, I think we all did. I think we all were a bit. Whoo!
That was our bit of luck, I think. Bit of luck. But
So,
Havertz looked great. Muller had an okay game overall, but and I thought Werner, had a good opportunity in the first half as well. But that's just Werner, though, isn't it? He does that. There we go. Stones and Maguire were class. Absolutely agree with that. Harry Kane was quiet, accept his goal. Hopefully, will give him the confidence going forward. I think it will give him confidence going forward. I thought in the first half, the only time it made a difference was when he dropped back, because Kane needs another Kane.
Yeah, exactly.
Deeper, like where he works with Human Son when he plays at Spurs. But for that chance just before the end of the first half, just smash it in. What was he doing? That heavy first touch. Just
hit it. Like you would have thought striker's instinct there would have just made him do it. But that's what I'm saying, mate. You need that Grealish or you need that Ward-Prowse. You need that player behind him to allow him to the freedom to move. Right now he's being stifled and he can't, like, if he's got the ball, it's like, well, I can't move forward because I'm the furthest one. I can't, and I've got no room to come back because obviously it's Harry Kane, so he's got 2-3 players on him every time he's on the ball. If he just has that someone to pass it back to quickly behind him to move the ball on, it's going to be great because he's going to pull players in, he's going to draw players in. I will say, with Stones and Maguire, even though he had a few stray passes, Kyle Walker. I think the great thing about this 3 at the back is that when they come in for players, they go in as groups. So like they come with a group with someone dropping back to make sure that the second ball wasn't lost. So it just works really well. There's a few challenges towards the end of the game. I just thought some of them just great stuff from the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been curtailed by our chat section here. So many questions coming in. Score prediction for Ukraine and Rome. Any thoughts on that, Jack?
I'm going to say 1-0 because that's what we're doing. I
think
it's a pretty safe bet. 1-0, 2-0. I still don't think we're going to concede. I think this is going to sound, very long. If we're going to win it, I feel like we're not going to concede.
Yeah.
If we're going to win it, we're not going to concede the entire time, which would be amazing.
That'd be the way to do it.
I think we're just in this cool stage. I think there's never a stage in our life. You think of the biggest teams that are playing right now and the biggest teams in the world. When during the golden generation, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, all these clubs, all these European clubs were the premier clubs, and then you had the Premier League. But I now honestly think that the top teams in the Premier League outshine a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the fact that in the past 4 years, there's been 2 all English Champions League finals, neither one with the same teams. Like there's a lot of dominance in England right now. I just think it's kind of our time right now. The biggest teams are English right now. The biggest players are English. The biggest transfer rumors you're hearing are English. So it kind of just feels to me it's like it's our time. It's our time to do this, and if we're going to do it, it's going to be with no goals conceded. So
exactly.
I'm going to say 1-0 brackets 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same thing. And Benjamin's just put an extra question here. Prefer 5 at the back or 4 at the back? I think it all depends on the opposition we're playing, but I can understand totally why we're doing 5 at the back. Or
keep it 5. I don't want to concede. I rather the ball, get lost a little bit in the midfield. But if we just start one slightly more attacking midfielder, not even like a straight out and out attacking midfielder, a box to box man that can just you can just sit there and just in front of the number 6, hold the ball up, pass it along.
Yeah.
Ward-Prowse. I want Ward-Prowse.
Yeah. Get him on a plane to Italy. I'm not sure we can do that. So, we're probably going to end it there on the England discussion. Me and Jack are just about to record something after this show. We're doing something, but I thought I'd mention it live for those that have joined us here in the broadcast. I'm very excited to tell you all that we are going to be getting involved with a new app, which is called Oz. And effectively, this is a new app that's going to be launching later this year, which is basically a mobile platform where effectively you can join as a emoji self, and we're going to be doing crazy things where effectively you can, a bit like the Clubhouse audio, where there'll be speech, but we'll be talking through emojis, and there's going to be a virtual St Mary's and a virtual Dell. There's going to be all kinds of crazy stuff related to Southampton Football Club. So it's just going to be a great way for us to get involved with fans discussion, and also invite people on board to have their say, set up their own kind of things. Oz will be an app which you can have kind of private rooms, you can have sort of public feeds and stuff like that. But it will be launching later this year. And it's something that we are doing a beta test for. So we'll be doing our first Oz stream on Monday next week. So mark that off in your diaries. You got the preferred time, Jack, to do on Monday? 8, 9 p.m.? Chat section, let me know if you got preferred time. Do the first one at 8 or 9 p.m.
I'm sure it'll be one of those times. I'm sure it'll be one of those times.
One of those times, Steve. But that's what we'll be doing after this stream. Is we'll be setting up doing a little short ad for that, so you'll get all the details of that. But so there'll be all the details of how to download the app in its beta stage, so you can get involved with it before it's even been launched properly. So there we go. I think, have I explained everything in that? Did I miss anything, Jack?
No, I think you nailed it, bro.
Yeah, jolly good.
In fact, we just screen grab this and use this for the advert.
Maybe we could just do that.
This would be that equivalent of, the graphic designer just saying, "Can you do this on the poster?" And it's like, "I've just screenshotted this test." Like, be the equivalent.
This is me speaking for a minute. So there we go. Ta-da! Oh, Tom's got his preference. There we go. 9 gives an extra alligator, or 3 gives a bed. 3 kids, Tom. Absolute hero. My goodness. I could only manage 2.
I mean, Mrs. MatchDayVlogs technically deals with 3 kids.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was fair. That was. I understand that play.
Absolutely, but as I said, we'll put all the details about Oz in a specific video that's going to be coming up, and then we'll also be playing little 1-minute ads just before the streams or during the streams, just to keep you guys updated with everything that's going on with that. But it looks a lot of fun, and having seen some of the artists do the video creations of an old school, the Dell and St Mary's, it's epic.
Just looks great. Epic. Yeah, when you sent me those little pictures, I was like, well, this is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. This is gonna be a lot of fun. And also, going back to the stadium next year, we might not be able to be streaming every match. So this would be a great way. It's a great way for us to just jump on straight after the matches and talk to you guys.
Yep. Actually joining the discussion and all that kind of stuff. So just make it a lot more accessible, and you'd have to make sure that your makeup's all done, because it'll be an emoji version of yourself that you can maybe put in a Saints kit of your choosing. So all that will be made very, very clear.
Anyway, we'll be handing out flyers for it on the 21st of August outside the stadium.
Fantastic. Right. Well, we best get on and shoot this ad then, Jack.
I guess so.
Thanks to everyone who's joined us for this discussion in regards to England 2, Germany. We're absolutely ecstatic. It's phenomenal. It feels like it's coming home, but obviously there's a lot of work to do. Between we got 2 games to a final, Jack.
I can't wait, mate. I can't wait.
It's amazing.
Football is well and truly. We've not even said that on this. Are we?
Oh, I did a little bit earlier.
You say earlier on? Well then, I guess there's no need to say it again then.
But as always, thanks to everyone who's joined us on the live stream. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And me and Jack, we'll see you all in the next one. All right, see ya.
England.